Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you are doing great. In this video, we are going to learn about ALV blocks. It's very simple. ALV, mostly if you design using a grid, list or object oriented, so far we display the entire ALV in a single page. So it depends on the data count. It just keep on increasing on the same page. Sometimes customer needs to display multiple ALVs in a single page. In that case, we are going to prefer ALV blocks. So that is what we are going to see. Along with that, what are the options available? Suppose in ALV blocks, how I have to use user command, how we are going to make PF status, and then what kind of events are available. So those are to be covered in this particular video. Let's get into the slide first. So ALV block, the idea is I want to display three different blocks in the same page, three different ALVs in the same page. So consider this is block 1, block 2 and block 3. And there may be a connection between block 1 and block 2, or there may be an independent block as well. This is just a reference. So it's not always dependent blocks. You can have independent block. This is just a flight information directly from the SCAR table, and these are from AKKO and these are AKPO. Okay. So these are the three different blocks. Technically, we need a function module called reuse ALV block list append, which connects your data and an ALV. Okay, so this is like all the three needs independently to call this function module along with the data. So header data, call this function module. Item data, call this function module. Flight information, also call this function module. Okay, so you have three blocks. You have to use this function module three times. Okay, then it will create three different blocks of ALV in the same page. Along with that, two more additional function modules are required. So one is reuse ALV block list initiation. So before using the list append, you have to use this function module first, and finally you have to use to display all this particular list using block list display. So these two are one-time access, so you have to use before this append. So it depends on the block, this function module can be repeated. Okay, so that is the way, or that is the option to use these three function module to display the ALV in several blocks. And one more is merge. Merge is going to use this kind of structure because it's very simple. I don't want to do, or I want to create a field catalog for every field. Okay, so if you want a field catalog something, but you have to mention what's the column position, text and everything. Instead of that, I want to create a field catalog based on the structure. So I'm going to display the SCAR information. It has only 5 fields directly from, means I want to display all the fields, right? So what I can do is I can use a field catalog merge that creates a field catalog for me. Okay, so how many fields in the structure, based on that it creates a field catalog for me, then I can use append directly. So this is an optional step to use. So whenever you are going to use the entire structure for the field catalog, this might be useful. So another one is few options, like where we can use a PF status user command for the block. So these are the, because we are using a different function, right? We're not using grid, we are not using list. So we are using block list init initiation. So in this function module, you have an option, you have a parameter called callback PF status set. This is used for PF status. User command is used for user command. Whenever you have a button, once that is clicked, you have to create a subroutine, then that will take care of it. And exclude, suppose in the PF status I want to exclude few buttons, few function codes that can be used, using this parameter it excluding. Okay, so these are coming under this first function module. And then events is coming under the middle one. Okay, I missed it. So here is in that is layout or IT event, these are mandatory parameter. Even though if you're not using anything, you have to give a variable against it, otherwise it will give an error. Okay, so at least an empty internal table for IT events and empty work area for IS layout. So IS layout is a design property, very simple. Field is nothing but zebra. Suppose if you want zebra level coloring in your ALV, you have to use IS layout. That is the one. And IT events is basically in the form of name and form, two fields, whatever what you called structure is declared for this IT event that has only two fields. One is name, one is form. Name is nothing but you have to give what actually you're going to do, like top of list, top of page, end of list, end of page. Those are nothing but standard names. And form is nothing but subroutine names. You can give whatever you want. Form 1, form 2, form 3, or a relevant name, heading form. So relevant name you can able to give. So these are the two values to be passed for IT events. An example, so if you want to see what are the events applicable for my function module. So currently we are using block list append. Okay, so for that you have another function module called ALV event names get is a function module, and that is one of the parameter you have to give for which function module you are looking for the events. So based on that, if you go with 0, it shows list display. You go with a 1 for hierarchy sequence. If you go with 2, currently we are working with block list display, so I'm going with 2. So if you give 2, it will list what are the events applicable for this function module, and 3 is for block list as append. It's a different function module. Okay, so we are looking for number 2. So if you execute this function module along with this value, you will get an output like this. So these are the events. Forget about sys underscore ev. Start from here. These are your events. So top of list, top of page, applicable events. So for list append, I have 11 applicable events are available. So I'm going to use top of list. So what is the name? It's nothing but top of list. So the format is same, top underscore of underscore list, and form name is anything you can give. It's a custom defined. Okay. So this is a way you have to use IT events in the block. Yeah, that's it. Let's get into the system. This is my system. So let's do the basic things. So I need data from EKKO. So this is another way of writing syntax. So this will easy to at least it will list all the fields from the table. If you go with this kind of syntax, like select start from table and fields. So I need Evelyn. I need AB. Yeah. So I want, okay, let's go with books. Okay, then into table, IT, KKO. So I go with very less data. Select from AKPO fields, blend P and ATNR. Okay, before into I need for all entries because into to be as per syntax it should come last. Entries at EKKO. So I'm not going. I'm not checking this is initial or not because I have some data. But if you write the code, please do the proper validations before using for all interest. Where belen equals ITEKKO belen into table data ITEKPO. Okay. So let's do the. Okay, I'll do one more thing. Let's select start from SCAR into table at data flights. Okay, so this is an independent one. So things are ready and you need few more declarations. So before declaration, maybe we can get the function modules first, then do the declarations. So the first function module is reuse ALV list INIT. Okay, reuse list ALV So here mandatory parameter is block, callback program. So these are currently not required. So if you want, you can make use of this pf status user command. These are already we have seen, so I'm not going to showing much over here. So this is a block list, and we need append. So block list maybe star f4. Okay, I want this one. Append. So append requires layouts, field catalog, tab name, and events as a mandatory parameter. So I'm going to create a work area, empty work area, or if you want, you can add something over here. And field catalog also, field maybe header, HDR. And table name is internal table name, ITEKKO in capital, and events. Again, I'm going to create some dummy internal table. So sort and text, it's fine, and this is the one which you are going to use, which the internal table which has a data AKKO. Okay, so this I'm going to repeat for AKPO and SKR as well. So exceptions to be enabled. So because of the screen frame, I'm just deleting it. Okay, so but in real time, so please have some exceptions always in your function module. Enable actually. Okay, so now okay, better I can copy this because I want the same thing but different values. So instead of doing that again deleting the fields, so I can use this. So layout. I'm going to keep the same layout, or if you want, you can go with the different one. Okay, let's for just show differentiations. I'll go with different work areas, and the field catalog. I may go with item, and this is EKPO and events item. Okay, and this is AKPO. So a few things to be declared. We'll do it quite later. Now I need one more. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, one more for SKR. So this is for layout 3, field catalog for flights. This is flights. This is also flights. And table name IT flights. That's it. And for this, I'm going to use a merge concept because I don't want to do a field catalog for each field. So I'm going to use a function module called field catalog merge. So reuse ALV field catalog merge. It's not there. Very good. Yeah, field catalog. So, okay, 1A is missing. So here I need a program name. I don't want this. And structure name as SKR. Okay, and it will create a field catalog for me. So what is the field catalog I have given for SKR? It's field. Okay, it's down. Yeah, it's field FLI. Okay, so IT field FLI. So those are to be declared. We'll do it. Okay, that's it. So what happens? This field catalog is just filled based on the structure SKR because SKR I want to display everything. Okay, so hope you have some idea now. So we are using three times the same list happen with different inputs, so layout, events, and then field catalog. So based on that, this will display. But to display this, I need one more function module. The final one is nothing but ALV log display, list display, ALV log list display. Okay, so here I don't want anything, just delete it. This is enough. So here we are almost done except declaration. So I'm using getting the data first, keeping an internal table, and the initialization function model called first along with the program name, and list append for EKKO, second list append for EKPO, and third list append for flights. Before that, I used merge. Just I want to create automatically my field catalog internal tables. Okay. So now let me declare whatever I am using here. I want to declare it. So I don't want to waste your time. Let me declare entire thing and I will show you. Okay. I'm going to pause it. So this is the declaration part. So I just declared work area for three different layouts and only one work area for field catalog ALV because I have three different ALVs, but I can use the same work area. And events, work area for events, so three different events and one work area is enough. And I use type line of because I used table type here. And then if you want, you can just check what is the structure for this and you can use directly type. And then these are the body of an internal table. So three different events for header, item, and flight. And then this is for actual field catalog, header, item, and this is for flight. Okay. So now what I have to do is this one is already it's taken care because it will take all the structure and it will create a field catalog for SCAR table, but these two to be filled manually because I'm going to use two in the header and three fields for the item table. Okay, so let's do that one by one. So that could be the easiest one over here, so I'm going to use it. Okay, let me do it one more time. Yeah. So this is for header and ablen. So this needs to be repeated for one more field for the header and three fields for item. So here this is going to be books and its company code is going to be 2. Okay, and three fields for item. 1, 2, 3. So ablen production order and this is going to be item. This is EBELP. Item number, item, MATNR, and this is for material. Okay, and this is going to be item. Okay, so now the data are ready, but the events and layouts are not filled. That's we will fill once we see the output. Let's check it, activate it, and execute. Yeah. So blocks over here, you can see this is block 1, this is block 2. Okay, and this is block 3. Okay, I have only 5 fields, 5 records in this training system. It's fine. Okay, so this way your block things will display. So 3 different ALVs in the same page. Okay, so now I want to add a heading or I want to add something in the layout. So go back. So layout 1, right? Okay, so layout 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce zebra. Zebra equal to X. Execute. So you can see able to see the difference, right? And so items. So now I'm going to give an item for maybe the second one. So items is going to be added here. There are only two fields. So WA, sorry, not item, events. So the first is name. So what is a name? So that for that I'm going to use another function model called even name get. So reuse ALV event names get. Yeah, this one. Execute. So here you can see the list type is 0, 1, 2. It has documentation. If you get into the function model, you can see. So I want for number 2. That is for block list. So there are 11 entries. These are the events which are available. So I'm going to use top of list as a name. Okay, so T is missing. That's fine. Forget about that first SAP underscore EV. So top of name. So top of list. That is a name. And then event as event form. So function subroutine name I can give form for item. So this is subroutine name. So this needs to be created now. So events to IT events. Item. So clear events. So subroutine form item. So goes down always. Form item and form. So just going with this is just a top of page, right? I go with the right item details. Okay, save it, check it, activate it, and execute it. So here you will come to know the heading details. So this can be achieved through events. Okay. So this is very simple about idea about blocks. So it depends on your need. You can add a PO status, user command, or checkbox, editable options. Everything is same like ALV. Just play around with that. So this is very simple one about to understand about blocks. How we can able to display a blocks with three different depends on the requirement 3 or 4 different ALVs in a single page. Okay, so hope this might be useful. So just play around. If you have any doubts, please let me know. So and few people are asking about the relevant code, programming relevant code for the particular video. So what I'll do is I will keep this code in the description of the particular video, and the problem is that description field does not accept few symbols, so probably I might remove it. So once you copy and paste it in your system, so once you check it, you might know few things are missing. So please just make use of it, just correct it, and then you can able to use this code. Okay, so going forward, I have kept it the same way for some other videos, previous videos, but not all. So going forward, whenever there is a programming required, I will add it in the video description also. Okay, thank you. But if it is a very lengthy code, I don't know how there is some restriction, so I will try my best. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in the next video. Bye.